All right, what's going on, everyone? How are you guys doing? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since we have seen each other or since we have chatted. My last video was about a month ago, and that was when Instagram deleted my account and all of that nonsense and yada, yada, yada. So long story short, thank you for being here. I'm glad to see you. I hope that you are all doing well. So right as of right now, I just kind of want to give you guys a channel update, I guess, if you will, to kind of go over what I plan to do, what went wrong, where things are changing, and how all of that stuff is going to work and play out in the future, because I do have a lot of plans. Trust me, I do have a lot of plans. So first, we're going to stop with why I stopped doing the live streams, because I still get that question quite often. So the reason was just mostly because I'm just not interested in those weekly products anymore. I haven't sat down and watched an episode of Raw and SmackDown aside from the draft, because I promised I would do that. So aside from the draft, I haven't watched Raw or SmackDown in probably like 5 or 6 months at this point. And NXT has changed quite a lot, but we'll talk about that in just a moment as well. So I don't know, it was just really hard for me to like sit through a 3-hour Raw and then do a 2 or 3 hour live stream afterwards. Like, it was great hanging out and stuff, but it was like I'm dedicating 5 or 6 hours a night, maybe 4 or 5 or 6 hours depending on what show it is, a night, to sit here and talk about something that I really have no interest in. So I've taken a break from the live streams. And if you were at the live streams when I was doing them towards the end, I kind of like just had this feeling that I wanted to start making content that had more replayability. And my problem was that I felt like if someone, let's say someone comes to a live stream, right, and they're like, hey, this is pretty dope, I like this guy, I like his views, or I like the community, I like the people that are hanging out here, like that's all cool and everything, but then like where do they go from there, right? So like, are they gonna be like, yo, let me go watch this SmackDown video from 2 years ago, it's a 3.5 hour live stream? So I don't know, I had that issue a little bit with it as well. So, and everyone literally is doing the same thing. Everyone and their mothers has a Raw, NXT, Dynamite, Rampage, SmackDown post show. Like, everyone's live streaming, and it's like, I just kind of want to do something different. I just kind of want to do my own thing. So that's the reason why I've stopped doing that. Will I ever do live streams again? Of course, 100%. Will I ever do weekly ones or like daily ones for the TV shows? I'm not necessarily sure. I wouldn't mind doing a Dynamite one, maybe a Rampage one, but it's a little late for that. So I don't know. Pay-per-view ones, definitely. I think I might want to keep those in the rotation, or maybe do watch-alongs for those, because if you were there for those, like, I really enjoyed doing the watch-alongs. I thought that was a lot of fun. And even for the watch-alongs, when you're not interested in the content, you're there with a bunch of people, so you can just kind of have fun and bullshit and just kind of do what you want to do. So that's the reason why I stopped live streaming. So the next question that I get asked: why haven't I made content recently? I kind of have two answers to that. One, that I've just been super busy with work, and business has been good, so that's great. No complaints about that, but it's kind of put a strain on things that I've been doing, and I really don't have a good schedule. Like, everything's just chaotic for me at all times. So I'm always trying to do something, and it's no excuse. This is what I wanted to do. So I'm going to try to start focusing on actually doing this, because I want to make content at the end of the day. That's what I want to do. Reason number two, the most important one that I need to get over, and I think I'm at that point, is that I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to certain things. So like, more than anything, I can't tell you how many hours I have spent on stupid things, like putting like a lower third like right here or something like that, or like putting a design like around the camera border, like making it smaller, and doing like all sorts of things like that, and like wanting all these alerts and all of these things. Like, I've put so much time and effort into those, and I've like designed things in Premiere Pro and whatever not Illustrator, whatever the other one is, the Adobe video one. Like, I've just made all of these crazy things. I spent hours on doing them, and then I end up not being satisfied with them, and then I just keep putting off all of the things that I'm going to do. So for right now on, I'm just going to make content and worry about the other stuff later, because at the end of the day, no one cares. No one cares. No one cares if there's a little lower third right here, or even if there is, or like people don't really necessarily care what it looks like, or that my border is different for every single episode, or just things like that, like just little weird things. So I'm going to try to put that to the side, and this is what you get. This is going to be the set. I may change the lights here and there or whatnot, or maybe I'll be standing up sometime instead of sitting down. I don't know, but this is pretty much going to be it. I don't think I'm going to do anything to it. We're just going to rock like this. We're going to focus on the content, because at the end of the day, content is king and no one really cares if I have a border. So that leads us to future plans. So before, pretty much all I would do was predictions videos for pay-per-view events and live streams, post-show live streams. And that is going to change going forward. I don't know when this is going to start necessarily, maybe next week or the week afterwards. And I might roll it out slowly just to kind of see how it does before I like put all my eggs in one basket and start going crazy with all of this. I will be in Vegas this week for Bound for Glory and stuff like that. So I'm not too sure if I'll feel up to it for doing Raw. I don't know, maybe I'll start on NXT or something like that. But the current plan is to do Raw, NXT, and SmackDown video reviews. These video reviews probably be about 5 to 10 minutes, or give or take, depending on what happens, what needs to be said, what I feel like talking about, what I feel like discussing, what I want to discuss with you guys, and all that stuff like that. So that's the plan. These would probably come out the next morning, maybe around 10. I probably schedule them at night to come out first thing in the morning. That way I have time to talk about the things that I want to talk about, and then the high quality photos get released as well, so I could use that in a thumbnail and stuff like that. So I want to do those. And then I also, one of the things, eventually I'll do Dynamite and Rampage ones. The reason why I don't plan on doing them right from the start is because I still do live coverage of those. So it doesn't really make sense to like post all my thoughts and then just kind of say them. I don't know. Maybe it does. I don't know. This is all new to me, like I said, but I'm going to start with Raw, NXT, and SmackDown, or maybe NXT, or I don't know. It's going to be some form of WWE product. And I'll watch them at night. I'll give you my review of them, and it'll air the next morning. Eventually, I do want to maybe add something else into the mix as well. I've had my eye on MLW for quite a while, NWA Power as well. I've heard really mixed things about Power. I've heard that it used to be really good, and I've heard that it's not good at all. So I don't know. Impact as well. Eventually, like, I mean, I'm going to Bound for Glory this weekend, so I don't know. And I enjoyed the last episode of Impact that I watched, so maybe those will get added to the rotation eventually as well. I would like to cover other things other than just AEW and WWE. There's a lot of other good promotions out there. There's a lot of really good wrestlers out there as well. So eventually that will be a part of it. Next up, I do want to do, this is what I've been wanting to do for quite a while now, and that is short form discussion videos. So essentially, I have notes. I have notes for this video. So what I wrote down is, like, for an example of what I would like is probably, 5-10 minutes. As again, that's kind of where I want to keep content. I don't really want to do really long form content. Maybe if it's needed, maybe. But I don't know. I just kind of feel like 5-10 minutes is kind of that short, sweet spot where someone can actually watch the video, and then maybe we could have a discussion about certain things. Maybe some discussions will warrant live streams, which is totally fine too. Like, I think that's cool. But so for my examples, I have like how to fix the shows, like top 10 ways that I would fix Monday Night Raw or SmackDown or NXT or Dynamite or Rampage or whatever it is. Just, you get the idea, right? Who will dethrone Roman Reigns? Who could possibly dethrone Roman Reigns? What does that SmackDown main event scene look like when the draft finally happens? It's this Friday is when it takes effect. So, kind of go over those, and then we can discuss in the comments what everyone else thinks. If you agree, if you disagree, if there's someone that I missed, stuff like that. Another one that I have is, what would happen if Rampage went head to head with SmackDown? What would happen if Rampage switched to 2 hours and then went head to head with SmackDown. Would it be a disaster? Would Rampage gain viewers? Would they get totally slaughtered? Probably. They probably get really slaughtered. Probably. But, you know, who knows? It's a discussion to be had. And that's kind of where I want to put the focus of my content on here, is just discussions and having fun, because that's what wrestling's all about at the end of the day. That's what I've tried to build my Instagram upon. That's what I built my live streams upon. Like, if you were here for the post shows, then you'll know that we kind of just talked for 2 hours. Like, we would go over the show and then kind of, you know, talk about things. I want to get everyone else's opinions on things and all of that stuff. So everything was kind of based around that. So I would like to continue to do that going forward as well, if possible. So I definitely want to do discussion videos, and I am more than happy to take submissions as well for certain things. Like, I certainly want to talk about Queen's Crown, especially I want to wait till Thursday comes around so we can have the finals and we can have the whole entire bracket, the whole tournament done. But yeah, there's stuff to talk about for there. There's stuff to talk about for the draft. Like, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. So that pretty much wraps up all of the Authors of Wrestling stuff that I wanted to talk about. So thank you for tuning in for that. I appreciate it. If you're interested in gaming, I do want to talk about that briefly before I get out of here, if you don't mind. So I'm going to have these 2 channels, and hopefully I don't know how often I'll have a gaming video out, but hopefully a couple of weeks. Like, I would love to have one out every single day, to be honest with you, if possible. But I don't know, expect maybe a couple of weeks. I have some really cool ideas. So that will be on the youtube.com/Phantom Spec channel. So I hope to have more gaming videos for that. I want to do a lot of live streams as well for gaming. I just got back into Destiny 2, and there's a lot of grinding that I need to do to finish getting exotics, finish getting quests and triumphs and stuff like that. So I want to hang out and do stuff like that. But then at the same time, like, I see people doing all of these other great videos, like cooking reviews and extreme cheapskates and like all sorts of stuff like that. So I just kind of want to like branch out and do like a whole bunch of other stuff as well. So if you're interested in the wrestling, cool, we're here for that. All the wrestling stuff will always be right here. None of that will ever change. If you're interested in the other stuff, please make sure to go follow me on my other channel, youtube.com/Phantom Spec. I will put the link in the description for that if you want to follow me there. Like I said, we're about to revamp all of this stuff. We're about to get rolling. So thank you guys. I really appreciate you tuning in for this channel update, and we'll be here soon. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you have any sort of discussions that you want to talk about, topic videos for me to make, let me know down there, and hopefully we'll chat soon. So thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you. Peace.